Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 49. We're really getting up there in the numbers. It's kind of wild, isn't it? Before we get to the channeling, I have two announcements. The first one is that we are doing a Creation Temple retreat at the end of February. All the details will be on the Creation Temple. We haven't picked the dates yet as of the time of this recording, so you can stay tuned by either joining my newsletter community or at susiebeiler.com or paying attention to the Creation Temple. We'll be posting the information up there. Also, in the Creation Temple, for those of you who aren't aware, I created a new level of membership called Divine Creators, and this is for those of you who resonate with the mission of creating heaven on earth. And so the channeling messages from Prime Creator and perhaps from other sources as well that come through will be specifically for those of us who resonate with the idea of heaven on earth and our role in creating that. And so right now at that level, it's $5 a month, and we have a message from Prime Creator where it is shared a little bit deeper about who we are, and it's a beautiful message that will be kept safe and sacred within the Creation Temple. It will not be shared on YouTube. The other two channeled messages are the one from the Council for Heaven as Earth that was channeled during the first Creation Temple retreat where the colors first made their appearance. The other video that's in the Creation Temple for Divine Creators is the channel panel video, Emerging Beyond the Unknown, and the message that Prime Creator shared for us there. And so those three videos are all in there. Again, it's for divine creators who resonate with the idea of heaven on earth, and you can find that at creationtemple.com. And we'll move into the channeling. Thanks for joining me today.
Kent has shared that Creator God is removing free will from Earth on January 14th. Is there any clarity Prime Creator can share about this?
As you know, dear ones, this has always been a free will planet. That was part of its design, that was part of its purpose. Those who incarnated onto planet Earth, each being has a spark of Prime Creator energy within them. From your perspective, you could say some more than others. However, it is this Prime Creator energy carried by each being that perpetuates the free will matrix of your planet. To remove this would mean the agreement of all souls incarnated into human form. There is not one being that has the authority to make such a decision. Now, as we have discussed with the new energies of 2017, that those on the soul path would be receiving a new level of support, and the creations of those on the human path would not have the same support as they have previously experienced. And so, in some ways, there is a nugget of truth as it is time to make a choice which path you will follow. And it is time to make a choice if you will use your powers for the light or use your powers for the shadow. And your manifestations of how you use your powers will be evidenced more quickly than you have previously experienced, both for those who use their power for the light and for those who use their power for the dark. And so in this way, there are choices that each of you need to make. Even those of you that are light workers, that have unconscious aspects of yourselves working for the shadow. These aspects must now come into your conscious awareness so that you can choose. Otherwise, there will be parts of you working against yourself. This is why in our previous conversation, I mentioned how it would be difficult to straddle the fence, so to speak. To have aspects of yourself flowing in one way and aspects of yourself flowing in another. If they are not all flowing in one direction, it could be much more challenging to navigate your human experience, to move forward in your ascension journey. And so, in a way, it is as if you are taking free will and choice away from yourselves. For you are coming to a point where your soul wants to make a decision. It is difficult to explain through this channel using the English language. Because, of course, you will also always have free choice. You will always have free will to change direction, to gather your aspects or to scatter them again. However, the choices that are not aligned for your soul growth will present more and more challenges in your human experience. In times past, you could experience aspects being in many different realms while you operated in your human experience. You could experience a level of scatteredness. You could experience a deep level of unconsciousness in your human navigation. Please understand, dear ones, that the more light and love that comes to your planet, the more difficult this type of navigation will be. It will be easier and easier for those who are integrated, for those who are flowing all of their aspects in one direction, so to speak. So you ask, is free will being removed from this planet? In the ways I have explained, no, you will always have free will and choice. But you will also be experiencing quicker evidence of your choices. And so, in a way, at the soul level, there is no longer a choice. You are either working for the light or for the dark.
When Prime Creator shares about the human path versus the soul path, what does it mean to be on the human path or to be on a soul path? What is the definition of those terms?
The soul path is the path that is aligned for your soul growth and expansion. The soul journey that is timeless, that goes beyond this lifetime, that transcends timelines. The soul path, when executed through the human experience, is one of integrated ego, where the ego serves the soul path rather than desires of the flesh or of the human experience. The human path is simply the path to experience being human on this planet. It does include the desires of ego, the desires of flesh. It is not wrong in your understanding of wrong or right. It does not come with the same level of soul expansion as a way to help you understand. It is not necessarily for soul growth in the way that the soul path is. For some souls simply want to experience being human. And yes, it is part of their soul growth and soul journey. But their intention, their experience in the human path is not necessarily for soul expansion. It is more for the human experience. And so if you witness someone close to you who is living a very human life, playing with the ego, playing with material things, not fully understanding rules of karma, and in your eyes or perception, they seem to get away with it all. And you wonder why it is different for you. It is probably because you are on the soul path, and this other person is on the human path. This is just an example to assist your understanding, dear ones. Those on the human path are not yet considering ascension. They are not yet being conscious of what is beyond their human experience. Generally, those on the soul path are either aware that there is much more beyond their human experience, or they are awakening to this, and they are wanting to grow and transcend beyond the human experience.
A viewer asks, is it possible to create without a mental body?
As long as you are in human form, the mental body is an essential part of your creation processes. It is not the total part, of course, as we have discussed. The heart is quite important in this equation. Beings not in human form, depending upon their dimension of residence, some of these do not need the mental body for creation, for it does come through their spirit, their intention of their souls. And the mental body does not need to be part of the equation.
Is there significance to the planets all moving forward together starting January 7th?
This is a time for you to receive support for your alignments. What is aligned for you as you navigate your soul path? The energy of all planets moving together in one direction will provide this support. Also, for those of you who are working with integrating all of your soul aspects into your human experience. It is also a time where this work will be greatly supported as well. Keeping in mind, dear ones, that regardless of the alignments of the planets or what directions each planet is moving, please keep in mind, dear ones, that you are more powerful than any of this. And so you can work with the energies of the planets. Yes, of course, and you can also transcend them as you remember your true power of love.
Some have shared the idea about transcending the chakra system. Is there anything Prime Creator can share about this idea?
The chakra matrix was something put in place for you to assist you in bridging your human experience to that of other realms with your other aspects. For those working with integrating their aspects in their human experience, you could outgrow this matrix, so to speak. Because if you do stay in any one matrix for too long, you can then become a slave to it, as many have experienced with the money systems, the systems of government, etc. And so it is with any of these tools that you have used on your journey. At some point, you must remember your true power. If you do wish for your ascension, if you are working towards your ascension, there comes a time when all of these matrices must be transcended by you in order for you to be in your true power. And so I would invite you, with any of these tools that you have used, to not get stuck in them. Now, for those of you who have been working with these tools for many years, some of you have made it your livelihood. Some of you have taught for many, many years. I am not saying there's anything wrong with this. I am inviting you to remember that you are even greater than your tools, and to open yourselves up to remembering your true power of love. For at some point, no tool is needed when you are fully embodied with love. And yes, it is a journey to get to this point. And so do not be hard on yourselves, rather be gentle and loving with yourselves for where you are right now. And always open yourselves to something even greater, something even more expanded, embodying even more love, even more light. I thank you, dear ones.
Is there anything else Prime Creator would like to share with those watching this video at this time?
At this time, dear ones, what remains steady is the ever-increasing amounts of love and light flooding your planet. What you may experience as erratic or chaotic is what happens around you, around the globe. Remembering that as this love penetrates your planet and deep into the matrix, it is bringing up the shadow. It is illuminating what has been hidden. And so you may witness polarity. As always, dear ones, I invite you to come back to the center in your hearts. To not allow yourselves to be swept up in the emotion of any chaos that you might see. Stay focused in your creations of light, dear ones. For this is what transcends the chaos. This is what transcends the polarity. Remember, dear ones, remember that you are more powerful than the illusion you see around you. I understand it may be difficult to be in this remembering in every moment. Do your best, dear ones. For the more that you are in this remembering, the easier your experience will be in these times of transition. A few codes to assist your balance, dear ones. Thank you for receiving. I invite you to feel the love that I have for each of you in this moment. I invite you to feel the true power that you are as love and light. And I invite you to make your choices. Will you make a commitment, dear ones, to gather all your aspects to serve the light? As always, there is no judgment, whatever your choice. I simply ask the question. For whether your choice is conscious or not, you are always making choices. And so let us bring it into conscious awareness. Will you bring all of your aspects into conscious awareness? How do you do this, you ask? It begins with your intention, dear ones. It requires a willingness to look deep within yourself, all the hidden corners of your being, so to speak, to fully illuminate all areas of shadow within your being. It is also helpful to receive support from those who have been working with these ideas. I thank you, dear ones. I love you. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for this beautiful episode. Thank you, Prime Creator, for sharing with us. And as always, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Much love, you guys. Mwah.